Hello everyone. 2014 will be an exciting year. 2014 is when we'll have the next major version of ColdFusion, codenamed Splendor, coming out. Let's take a look at some of the new features of ColdFusion Splendor. This is the release plan for ColdFusion. In 2012, we had ColdFusion 10 coming out. ColdFusion 10 on the cloud was released last year. ColdFusion Splendor, which is the code name for the next major version, will be coming out this year. And Dazzle is the code name for the major version after Splendor. Across ColdFusion 10, Splendor, and Dazzle, we will be focusing on embracing futuristic technology, deploying enterprise-ready applications, and building applications quickly. With Splendor though, embracing futuristic technology becomes embracing mobile technologies through which you can build full-fledged end-to-end mobile applications. Deploying enterprise-ready applications is all about integrating with various enterprise technologies, and building applications quickly is about features that make you or the ColdFusion developer more productive. Let's get started with embracing mobile technologies. Using ColdFusion Splendor, you can use a combination of CFML and JavaScript by leveraging your existing CFML skills and JavaScript skills to build full-fledged web applications and install applications for mobile devices. We have a built-in integration with PhoneGap Build through which you can build apps for iOS and Android by using CFML and JavaScript. On-device debugging. We are a unique solution there that allows you to debug your application running on the device, whereas your code will be in ColdFusion Builder running on your desktop or laptop, and you will be able to do a line-by-line debug of your mobile app running on the device. Similarly, we have multi-device inspection. There is a built-in integration with Winery Server through which you can connect multiple devices via wireless to ColdFusion Builder. You can inspect the look and feel of your mobile app on multiple devices, inspect the DOM, make CSS changes, push those CSS changes back to the device and see how the look and feel changes. You can also view the console messages to debug your applications better. And you can also see the client-side database. If your application is making use of client-side database, you can inspect that as well using the multi-device inspection capabilities coming up in ColdFusion Splendor. There are various other mobile features as well. We have native device APIs. These are CFML APIs through which you can access devices functionality. We have full support for device detection. There is CF query support on the client side as well. So CF query was on the server side database all through, and now you'll have CF query on the client side as well to access client side database as well. All the APIs, the device APIs as well as CF query will be synchronous. What I mean by that is you don't have to attach any callback handler. So that brings in a lot of productivity benefits when you're building complex mobile applications. There is also easy server-side access. You don't have to create a proxy or use jQuery to access server-side logic. You can easily instantiate server-side CFC from within client-side using CFML and directly invoke functions on it. We also have a custom tag framework on the client side through which you can build UI components that are completely reusable. Moving on to the next focus area, which is deploying enterprise-ready applications. The first one here is a security focus. So we continue to have a security focus in ColdFusion Splendor. We have more encoding function support for cross-site scripting. We now support concurrent logins using CF-Login. Secure profile. So this was a feature that was introduced in ColdFusion 10. You can now enable or disable secure profile from within the admin as well. And because security is a primary focus area for us, we also have a third-party security agency doing an audit for us, and they will certify the various security features that will be a part of ColdFusion Splendor. PDF integration. This is a big one in ColdFusion Splendor. You can now create high-quality PDFs from HTML, from complex HTML as well. The new engine is much more powerful, understands every bit of CSS, and the quality of PDFs generated will be much better than what used to happen previously in the existing versions of ColdFusion. And it makes use of the latest PDF engine from Adobe. We have support for digital signatures as well. You can add digital signatures to a PDF and also verify digital signatures. You can create archives out of PDFs. By archives, you can be ensured that the PDFs will open in any version of Acrobat Reader. We will also have full DDX support for PDF manipulation. So DDX is document description language, document description XML, through which you can manipulate PDFs much better, and there is full support for DDX in ColdFusion Splendor. Secure and scalable HTML5 WebSockets. We now have HTML5 on port 80 as well. So what I mean, HTML5 WebSocket on port 80. So because of that, you can use HTML5 WebSockets for your public-facing web applications as well. We'll also have cluster support for WebSockets. That will ensure that your WebSockets can scale to a much larger extent because you can create WebSockets across multiple nodes in your cluster. We'll also have full support for secure socket layer to ensure that you can have a secure communication when you're using WebSockets. There are various other features in deploying enterprise-ready applications. We now support multiple sites when you're creating RESTful services. There are performance improvements with Microsoft Office integration. There is support for auto filter and page break when you use the spreadsheet integration or create spreadsheets on the fly using the functionality that's available for Office integration. And we've also upgraded the ORM engine, which is Hibernate, in ColdFusion Splendor. Moving on to the third focus area, which is building applications quickly. The first one here is social integration. Using ColdFusion Splendor, you can use the OAuth2 login support using the CF OAuth tag, which is a new tag coming up in ColdFusion Splendor, to use the login mechanisms of Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus with ease. We'll also have support for custom tags to integrate social stream. We'll have support for like, tweet, and comment box as well as available as custom tags to integrate social stream. We also have full CF script support coming up in ColdFusion Splendor. The way it is supported is we'll have a generic syntax using which you can use any tag within a CF script as well using the generic syntax. It includes custom tags as well. So if you have a custom tag, you can use that within CF script as well using the generic syntax. We also have an easy to use query execute function that can be leveraged from CF script, and you can easily execute a query using this function. Member functions. So we also have support for member functions available on 9 different data types for ColdFusion. That's the list of data types: array, struct, list, query, image, spreadsheet, date, XML, and string, with methods available directly on the object. You don't have to use any functions, any procedural functions. You can directly invoke member functions available on all of these data types. There are various other language enhancements as well. We have support for Elvis operator, through which you can easily get rid of null checks every time and use the Elvis operator to perform the null check and execute an operation based on the result. JSON conversion, there are quite a lot of enhancements related to JSON. Matching types happens whenever you fetch data from queries or fetch data from database, or when you have CF property defined on your CFCs. We also have an option to preserve the case of the struct when you're using JSON serialization. And overall, again, for JSON serialization, you have the option of now including your own custom serializer and deserializer, through which you can control how the JSON is outputted based on the logic that you want. So this is a real quick introduction to the various features that will be available as a part of ColdFusion Splendor. We are pretty excited about ColdFusion Splendor. I look forward to hearing your feedback. We are in the public beta timeframe now. This is when we would love to hear your feedback, and have a great day.